All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Hope everybody's doing well out there. It's almost the 4th of July, and just going to be going through some parts. What I can sell. I mean, I can sell everything, but there might be something that I could use for the saws that I'm going to be working on, and whatever I don't end up using or anything that I can't use for any of the saws that I'm going to be working on, I'm going to get rid of it and sell it just to free up some space and you know, there's no point in keeping things that we're not going to use, especially if it can make us a couple of bucks along the way. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Nothing too exciting. Well, I mean, it's kind of exciting. It's kind of fun. But hopefully everybody's doing well out there today. So let's see here. We got Dicas do Cabral in the house. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. O si hablan español, bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Feliz jueves. Got some coffee. It's right now I'm drinking Black Rifle Coffee Company's Waken the Neighbors. It's a high caffeine roast or blend. So anyhow, gonna wait as usual, gonna wait a few minutes, a couple minutes to see who else is gonna be joining us today. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Today's move-in day to moving into my new place today. It's not going to be my own. It's not my own place. I'm going to have a couple of roommates, but today is move-in day, so I just want to kind of get this done. Hey, we got first gen farmer in the house, first generation. I don't know why I said gen. It's all good. It's all good. Good afternoon, my friend. Doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. Happy Thursday. So we got Pawan Parik is asking, where are you from? I'm from California. Northern California specifically. Which it's a really beautiful day here today. A little windy, but blue sky, sunshine. It's been pretty warm out here these days. These last couple days, it's been in the 80s, like mid 80s, high 80s. Hot enough for me, warm enough for me. We got Isabela Montoya. Hola. Aquí todavía es buenos días. Aquí, buenos días. Hello, hello. Pawan says, bro, there got some work. Yeah, man. So I've been staying busy with my day job, with my 9-to-5 job, and then basically getting into the swing of working on saws again. Everything that I'm going to be working on is going to be personal saws that I have that I've had kind of just laying around neglected. And then I think once I get more situated into the new living situation at the new house, then I will slowly start bringing in, customer equipment, whether it's chainsaws, weed eaters, hedge trimmers. So just kind of one step at a time. Also too, just getting back into the swing of doing our live streams here on our channel, videos, and but that's all coming very soon, very soon. So it was nice to do a live stream for the first time last week. It was I think it was a couple of months since I had done a live stream, so way too long. But anyhow, so we're slowly getting back into the flow of things here. Excuse me. First generation farmer says, please double tap your screen, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with the people that you know, and drop a comment while you're at it. Thank you. My man, first gen. So I think once I get back into the swing a little bit more into doing live streams more consistently, which I really am going to do I'm doing my best to do live streams on my days off. So Thursdays and Fridays or either or. But I think I'm going to, although I still don't feel like I need it, but it's nice, especially, for those that have been really loyal to the channel and to the live streams, and like first gen, I've known them for a little while now, and many others. I may look for a moderator or two just to kind of keep things a little, once we get back into that flow, just keep things kind of, what's that word? I think they say co-aesthetic, but just keep things cool. And either way, it's really cool. So anyhow, we got, let's see, got a few comments in here. Pawan says, what kind of work? So I work at a hardware store, a local hardware store here in my town that I live in. And I also do small engine repair and work on the side. So primarily we like chainsaws. I like chainsaws, Steel, Husky, Echo, really anything chainsaw related. But from time to time, I'll work on line trimmers, hedge trimmers. I do sharpening services for various things. Right now it's been basically just hedge trimmer blades every now and then, and chipper blades, and of course the chainsaw chains. So that's what but full time, 9 to 5. Well, it's not really 9 to 5, but you get what I'm saying. Full time, 40 hours a week. I work at the hardware store, which I love a lot. It's great. It really is. Learn a lot working at the hardware store too. Nate Tate says, I'm on Diddy timing. Is that Diddy weather? Tuh! I don't know. Pawan says, how many salary? I'm guessing you're asking what the salary is here. So at the hardware store, I make a little $18 an hour. Not a whole lot. But at the end of the day, I love it. I love showing up, helping customers. I learned a lot, various things, whether it's irrigation, plumbing, just, projects like DIY projects. Of course, getting to talk about tools and just helping people, figure out their stuff. It's really good. And then for my small engine repair business, so Preferred Sawworks, that's my quote unquote company name, which eventually I'll get registered as a LLC. And there are some a couple benefits to registering your company as an LLC. When I'm steady doing that, I make way well, I don't want to sound like an asshole saying I make way more money, but I definitely make a few more bucks doing saw work and power equipment. So First Gen says, if you ever need a moderator or a mod, I would be honored to be your moderator. No, and you know what? I think I need to have a couple. So, and I think, because a lot of you, show up all the time. Let me see. How about let's just go ahead and address this right now. All right, so we now have a new moderator. I already had a moderator, but I'm not sure what happened to them, and I just really hope that everything has been well with them. They popped in, I think, maybe in December sometime, or even January, maybe February. No, it's been a minute now, but you know, life is busy, and you know, social media is not the most important thing in the world. It really isn't. But we now have a moderator, so everybody, welcome, first gen farmer. All right, all right, all right. But no, there's a select few that you know that I would love to have as a moderator. So first generation is now a moderator, and it's not to be all like, you know, sometimes it's just um, let's see, we got some comments here. Pretty active today here in the comments. And that's all we really ask, you know, you know, as a, I don't really consider myself a content creator, but I just think, you know, that's all we ever really ask. You know, everybody's welcomed here. You know, we can talk about anything, just about anything here. And but you know, we definitely do want to try to keep the channel respectful for sure. And just because there's so many different viewers that watch the channel, and we don't know, you know, there could be, you know, adults, there could be, you know, teenagers, or you know, younger folks out there, and you know, we want to just try to keep the channel, you know, respectful and chill and welcoming. And I think, you know, we've done a really good job at creating a really cool YouTube community here, and there is a really cool YouTube community, and you know, and you know, a lot of us have really become, you know, even though we haven't met each other in actual person, but you know, we really have become like a little YouTube family. And so I feel like, you know, one thing that I've always kind of strived for is to keep things respectful, to keep things peaceful and chill, and to make our channel kind of like a, you know, a welcoming, safe place, you know, because I mean, who wants to, I mean, we're not here for all that, you know. But anyways, let me see. I am a JCB driver, Brazil. Let me see. Hell yeah. So those are like forklifts, and I mean, they make a few, you know, they make different equipment too. First gen, you got it, man. You got it. Hey, and we got Farmer and Outdoor in the house. What up, man? Hopefully you're doing good. Nate says, have a good day, brother. I'm out. And Nate, it's all good, man. It's all, you know, a little fun is all right, you know, not to throw shade on anybody, you know, but yeah, we just want to have a good time, you know, have a good time, chat. You know, we do some, you know, a fair amount of bullshit in here, and just shooting the breeze. But yeah, so we just want to try to we just want to keep things cool. That's all. Yeah. So anyways, so let's go ahead and just start getting into it. This is, I mean, this is basically what the live stream is going to be like today. Tomorrow I'll be at the new place, and then I think today, on the way to take over some stuff like my bed frame, it all just came in over the last couple of days. I'm gonna stop by the storage unit, grab a couple of saws that I want to start working on, like my 2511, put that back together and get it up and running. Because for those of you that remember, the woman that I'm going to be living with, there's also another guy that lives there. I haven't met him yet. He works 6 days a week. He has quite the schedule. I mean, he goes in to work at 6 and doesn't get back until like 6. So he pulls like what is that, like 12-hour days or something like that. So he's always gone. The woman also works too. I don't know what she does, but anyways, so she has a big tree. It's growing all kinds of which ways. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is. I want to say it's a cottonwood. That's what she thinks it is too, but I'm really no expert on being able to identify what a tree is, unless it's redwood or eucalyptus or pine. But other than that, I'm not really, you know, knowledgeable. I just, you know, anyways, so she wants to get rid of it and get it worked on, and so there's going to be a lot of wood cutting action you know, in the very near future. And so I need to get some saws up and running. And also too, when I went to go pay for, you know, to move in, you know, so essentially first month's rent, and to get the keys, I finally brought it up to her like, hey, so, you know, how would you feel if I worked on some saws here and blah blah blah, and she was all for it. She didn't care. She has a really nice, it's an older garage slash, it's a garage. It's all made out of redwood, and it's got a really nice workbench. It's all empty. No one's using the space. And she was all for it. And she said, absolutely, you can work on saws here. I'd much rather it be used, the space be used up, than it just go to waste, you know? She's like, and also I'd rather have someone in there to scare away the spiders and all the bugs and or whatever else is in there. I mean, it's not that dirty. It's nice. You guys will see it most likely tomorrow. So it's really nice. Just got to find a stool and a little light because there's no lights in there, and we'll be working on saws probably tomorrow. So so yeah, I'm really excited. So let's get to some of these comments here. Apologize, I'm sitting here just mumbo jumbo. We got James rolling in the house, says, what up from Arkansas? James, what's up, man? Welcome. I feel like you've been here before. I'm not sure. I feel like the name sounds familiar, but it's been a while. Someone says Brazil. Much love to Brazil and everybody here. Team DLZ 24 says, bro, you look like the Edgar character from MIB that never got his sugar water. Really? Dang, I'm not that ugly. Sheesh. Let's see. Farmer and Outdoor says, if you ever need a moderator, I can always be one for you. Yeah, so I do want to have a couple of moderators. So First Gen just became our moderator. Like I said, I did have another one, another person doing moderating. And they were always here. They were a really good moderator, and then I think they just hopefully got busy with life, and I haven't seen them. We haven't seen them since like December, January sometime. So but yeah, so. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and Farmer and Outdoor. I'm gonna throw you up as a moderator as well because you're always showing a lot of love. And so let's see. Okay, First Gen and Farmer Outdoor is now our moderators. It just makes sense because you guys always show love. You guys are always here, supportive. You know, we go back and forth. I think out of everybody here, you know, even like our, you know, like our main peeps, you know, like we got Grant, we got IBS, which, I mean, they're the same person, but they just have different accounts. We got RPM Nitro, we got M&G, we got, who else? I mean, there's quite a few of you that are always here. I really feel like we're all like the closest as far as like everybody that pops in and whatnot. But you know, I feel like you guys, you know, just because we all do the Instagram thing, so we really do keep in contact a lot more. But anyways, so for now we got 2 mods. I think I'm gonna just keep it that way. And I mean, there's a lot of people that I would like to make moderators as well. But you know, we'll start off with you guys, and I think we're gonna crush it. So anyways, let's just go through some stuff because I need to just take some inventory. I know I've already done a live stream like this like 2-3 months ago because I was gonna get ready to start putting things up on my eBay store, but in all honesty, I never did. So I mean, I still kind of remember what I have, but I just want to take a mental note, and I'm actually going to grab a piece of paper and a pen just to write down what I pull out, what I think I can hold on to, like for these saws that I'm going to start working on, and what stuff I think I'm just going to try to, well, not try, I'm going to put up on the eBay store and make a couple of bucks and go from there. So we got Nitish Sharma. Hopefully I said that right. I always like to try. Says, love from India. My friend, much love to you guys out there. Hopefully you guys are all doing well out there in India. So let me grab a piece of paper and a pen, and we can start writing down what we're pulling out and what I can kind of set aside and what can go into the to be posted on eBay list. And much love to everybody here that's joining in, dropping comments, and everybody that continues to support our channel here. You know, so some of you may have seen, but our channel it turned 1 year old on the 1st of this month, and it's been, you know, like I made a little post about it, and it's been quite the journey. It's been a really good journey for the most part. You know, of course we have had some lows, but that's kind of normal and to be expected in the world. But you know, all of the highs really do outnumber the lows that I've, you know, encountered ever since, you know, starting up Preferred Sawworks as a business, as a channel, and it's been a really great ride. So, and for everybody that's been here and riding along, you know, I really appreciate you guys, appreciate you all, and like I also said in the post, even though a year has already passed, it really is just the beginning, because I still have a lot of plans. I still want to, you know, see how far we can go. So this is just the beginning. So much love to everybody. We got Indio Boys Dos Teclados. He says, they say, watching you here from Brazil using Google Translator. Hell yeah, man. No, yo sé que el español no es igual como al portugués, pero saludos de aquí de California a ustedes ahí en Brasil, y gracias por gracias por acompañarnos aquí, y gracias, saludos. Hello to everybody. Switzerland, hello. We got PF from Switzerland, says hello, my friend. So yeah, welcome everybody. Let me grab a piece of paper and a pen, and just so I can just take a couple little notes here of what we're pulling out. You know what? I'm gonna top off my coffee. I don't know if they'll ever see this, but shout out to Black Rifle Coffee Company. Let's see. All right. We got Yusuf in the house. Says hello from Leicester, and around the world. Right on, man. Much love to you. Welcome. All right. Let's just go ahead and put this over here. So what's going on with everybody today? How's everybody doing? For those of you that celebrate or observe 4th of July, what's everybody doing for 4th of July? I know not everybody celebrates or observes, you know. I got lucky. I lucked out, and so Thursdays and Fridays are my days off from work. And as some of you probably know, 4th of July is tomorrow on a Friday, so it just so happened to land on my day off. So I'll be able to go over to my girlfriend's family's house, her mom and dad's house, and just partake in the and just we're doing a barbecue, burgers, hot dogs, and just get to hang out. It's been a little while now since I've seen them. I mean, I saw them what, like a week ago, but as far as Sunday dinners, because they do Sunday dinner almost every Sunday, and but since my work schedule, I work on the weekends, it's just kind of tricky. So, anyways, so let's start pulling out some parts. So everything that I'm going through right now, it's all new, and then the part that's going to be really not difficult, but it's going to be a little overwhelming, is going through all the extra parts that I have from taking apart saws, from all the saws that I bought and traded throughout the this last year of starting up the shop. And so there's a lot of just hardware and parts, and which that's part of what I'm going to be doing as well. Maybe tomorrow. Well, no, not maybe. That was the plan. So I just bought one of these little compartment storage boxes for for hardware. I'm gonna clean all the hardware, and then just kind of organize it, because right now I just have everything in bags, and it's just hard to kind of know what I have, and then to have to go through everything if I need a screw or a bolt or whatever. It's just or a nut. So anyways, max airflow kit. This is for 661. This I'm gonna keep, and I'm gonna run it on Big Bertha, which is my 661C Amtronic version of the 661. So that's gonna stick around. Let's see. West Coast Bark Box for 660 and 066. So I'm gonna write that down. It would be kind of cool to add a 660 to the collection, or an 066, but I already have Big Bertha, and I think in storage I also have another just fix it up and sell it, because I have quite a few duplicates of duplicate saws, and I don't need, let's say I had 4 201s. I don't need 4 201s. I just need one really good, strong 201, and then the rest I can just maybe fix up and sell for, for a little cheap. So we got connects. Says Teton. Did you even lift? What? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so I'm gonna just say we got 660, 066, bark box. I think I have a couple of these. So right now I'm gonna just say times 1. Let me see if I can maybe put you guys over here. Excuse me. So this looks like some mounting hardware and a piston rod. I think that's what I forget the actual term for it, but the rod that connects the piston to the connecting rod, connecting rod. I don't remember what saw this is for, but either way, it even has the little wrist pin there. So this is all sealed, but the screws will come in handy. So I'm going to keep that and put it into the hardware box. Couple of fuel filters that'll stick around because I can use that for. These look pretty small, so I could probably use these on like a 194, 151. Probably a few others, but these are kind of small. They got the little small nipple there, barb, or whatever you want to call it. So those will stick around. So I'm only going to write down the stuff that I'm going to sell, that I'm going to post on eBay. Looks like I got a couple of used filler caps. So these are what a lot of people will call the early caps, the older caps, because they have the black O-rings. From what I was told, and I don't actually know if it's true or not, but supposedly the better filler caps are the ones that have the blue O-rings, which I know I do have quite a few of those. But so these, it can go both ways. I can either keep it for future builds or just try to sell them, which I don't know. They're in pretty good shape. I might have to just test them, make sure that they don't leak. I feel like these are probably from I think these are from Big Bertha, the ones that I took off from my saw, from my 661. And I put the blue ones on there. So either way, I'll test these out and maybe I'll just sell them for a couple of bucks or something. Or keep them, I'm not sure. And I'm not going to worry about putting these on the list. I'm just going to put things that are new. Hi, buddy. We got Nash over here on the side. 2511 carburetor. I think this is the one. So it's basically like new. I'm pretty sure this has been ran before, but it's missing one of the jets. It's missing the high jet. I don't know what happened with this, but it doesn't smell like fuel. It doesn't. I know it's been ran though. I'm pretty sure. Either way, really nice carburetor for 2511. So I'm wondering. I'm just trying to remember why it's missing that jet. And I think this is the one that I took the metering diaphragm off of. It is, because you can see that it's missing. So this just needs a couple of parts, but it's in like almost new condition. So that will get put onto the potentially spare parts. A harness. So this is looks like a homeowner consumer model strap or harness, like for the FS56 or 47. I think it's a 47, 46. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to write this one down. I'm just going to write down the part numbers because I definitely don't need a harness. So let's write that down. Oops. Screwed that up. I'll put ×1 on that. Frisian says, very cool seeing these internal chainsaw parts because I don't mess with the internal parts. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it can be quite the thing, you know. Let's see, got a couple things here. These are brand new dogs. I know for a fact. I haven't used these. I remember when I got these. These are for 661s. Maybe you could put them on the 500s, the 461s. Really, whatever you can make them fit. But I know these are off the 661, which I really like these dogs. These are real cool. They're nice. So we got a set here. Inner and outer dog. So these, I'm gonna just put them on the eBay list, and maybe if I fix up the other 661, maybe I could put them on that one. So let's see. I'm gonna just say 661 dogs. We have 1144 660 0802. And then the other one is, which will be the outer dog, the one that goes on the clutch cover, 1144/04A. But yeah, these are probably one of my favorite design of dogs. And I'll put those up here. I'll scratch at the table. This for sure I'll sell because I don't know when I'll ever get or have a steel grinder. So this is to do the carbide chains, and these are freaking expensive. These are at least a couple $100, if not more, depending on where you find them. And this is a brand new wheel. So let's do, I'm gonna just say grinder wheel. And the part number is 5203. Oh wait, 5203-757. Wait, what? 5203-757. Ah, yeah. 757-0901. And just a little fun fact, steel part numbers are always 11 digits or 11 characters or numbers. So yeah, this will go into the dogs. I'm going to also put, for now, on the eBay list. So at this point, my 661 that we always call, that I always refer to as Big Bertha, all it needs is a muffler, which I'm just trying to decide between a West Coast, between the Bark Box or Egan straight shot, which I think I'm going to do the straight shot, and then it still needs a piston, but I already got the muffler hardware. It already has everything else. I'm going to do a carburetor rebuild kit on it. So just a new metering diaphragm and go from there. But everything else is really nice on it, really good. It's got West Coast clutch cover, West Coast 3-point dogs. It'll get the max flow air filter kit that I just showed you guys. And I already got a bar for it, chain, which I also have a few more chains in storage. Let's see, talking about bars and chains. Got a steel light bar here, 20-inch. This I'm going to, let's just write it on the list just in case. I already have a bunch of bars that I can use. I don't have any light bars though, I don't think. So this is the only light bar that I have left. So maybe I can mess around and put this 20-inch bar on Big Bertha and just see how hard it'll rip. Anyways, so we got 20-inch light bar. It is a 3/8 050 gauge. And part number is going to be 3003 000 2221. Put this off to the side. More bars. Let's see. Echo. This is a 12-inch bar. This one came off of my new 2511. Never been used. This one, I think, I'm going to just put it on the list also, but because on mine, I'm going to be running the quarter pitch conversion with a 12-inch bar or 14, but I don't know. I like the 12 on there, but it can do a 14, and then, ported, it can definitely even run a 16. So I'll just put this on the eBay list. It's a 3/8 Low Pro 050 gauge. Let's see. Echo 12-inch 3/8 050. And this part number is 12A CD 3251. First Gen says that's a small bar for a 661. I know, it really is, dude. But imagine, it'll rip. But yeah, that'd be pretty nuts, man. 20-inch bar on a 661. Fuck, I'm almost kind of curious what that would be like now. Hey, we got the mound. Wow, the man GP in the house. What up, man? How you been, dude? It's been a minute. Ground Pounder says, "Look at you all modded up." Nah, man. That all just happened. Some good folks. GP says, taking a quick break and back at it. Hell yeah, man. I've been seeing the videos, man. I'm glad that, we knew it would pick back up, obviously once the snow kind of goes away and everything, but that's awesome, man, that you're out there crushing it, and that business is back up and it's booming, and it's only going to continue to keep going up from here, of course, until winter hits again. But from now until then, there's plenty of time to just get out there, hustle, and just hustle, grind, and just crush that shit. But hopefully you've been good out there. I see still killing it in the kitchen. You and Miss GP, much love to you guys. Still making me fucking hungry over here, as always. So here we got a steel 12-inch bar modified to be able to mount onto a 2511. So this one, I think, this one I'm going to keep. I'm going to put in the keep pile for now so I can put it on my Echo. I have another one here, brand new. This one I'll put on the eBay list, unless I get a 2511 that somebody wants, a 12-inch steel bar. GP says take care. Hell yeah, man. No, thank you, you too. Appreciate you for stopping in. And yeah, man. We'll be talking. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to make it out to the Bunyan show this year. That's still a goal of mine, but or Sawfest, one or the other, or both. I would like to do both, but I think if any of them are in the budget, it's going to have to be one or the other at that point. So we got a steel. $12-inch. So this is a quarter pitch 043. 043 gauge. Part number on this one is 3003 008 05. Alrighty. This is not new. What the heck is this thing doing in here? So this is a 16-inch bar, Roll-O-Matic. This is actually for my 200T, so this is definitely not going to go into the eBay pile. These are the bars that I like. The new Lido 4 bars that they're putting on the 201s now, they're fine, but I like these a lot better. These are just a standard, good old Roll-O-Matic 16-inch bar. I like the Roll-O-Matics. They're a little, yes, they are a little heavier, but in my opinion, they're just way more durable, way better. And so that's what I'm going to be running. That's the bar that came on my 200T, which is in pieces right now. I got that through a really badass trade that I still to this day, I'm like, how did that even really happen? But it happened. Came to find out some interesting stuff on that, but we'll touch on that another day because it's like, wow, dude, that's pretty wild. Long story short, actually, you know what? I'll tell you real quick. So I traded 2 Steel 500 AP 500S batteries to a gentleman that had a 201 and a 200T, and he was all pissed off because he's like, I can never get these things to run. I'm over the gas stuff, which I never thought I would ever come across somebody to ever say that. And long story short, found out he had a 201 and the 200T. And the 200, I guess, you know, he had some problems and he had someone work on it. And long story short, when I did the inspection, it would run, but it just didn't run good. And I just couldn't get it to tune and just couldn't, you know. And long story short, come to find out that the piston was installed backwards. So for those of you that know, there's a little arrow on the piston. So the arrow is supposed to be pointing towards, it's supposed to point towards the exhaust, and it was pointing towards the air filter, the intake side, and somehow it had like a little break in the skirt, and it's just, it was all messed up, man. So that thing needs a new piston. Thankfully, it doesn't need a whole cylinder. It just needs a piston, and yeah, so that was a pretty wild find. Okay, so we got the Echo bar done, the 12-inch steel bar done. Well, these aren't new either, but well, this one is. This is the inner dog, West Coast inner dog for 261. This isn't the shorty. This is a regular, the original version, the long version. Because now you guys, for those of you that know, they have the shorty versions. First Gen says, I kind of want to see the 20-inch bar on the 661. For real. No, I know. Believe me, I'm thinking about it. These are also not new. Well, these are definitely not new. These are for 661. I don't like these dogs. I mean, they work good, but I just, compared to the ones that I just showed you guys. So these are, I think these I'm going to put on. I think for now I'm going to put them on the eBay list. Clean them up, and somebody wants them. They're here. So let's do 661 Dogus. And we got the inner dog. Its part number is 1144 660 0801. So that's the inner dog. And then the inner dog is 1122 664 0503. Sweet. This is from a 500i. Another style of dog that I don't really like. So this one I'll put this on the eBay list for now. So that's a 500i dog, and that part number is 1142 slash 0500. I don't know why Steel does that. I don't know what that means, when they, because like I just said not that long ago that Steel part numbers are typically 8 characters long or 8 numbers long. So like sometimes they do this weird thing where it's like 4 numbers and then a slash and then 5 numbers and then a letter. I don't know what that means, but that's what this is here. So it's all good. So First Gen, how you doing, man? How have you been? How's the farm? Is it still pretty wet out there? Is it raining? I've seen a couple of people posting that it's been thundering and lightning and seems like some kind of crazy weather. So this is for a 201. And it's brand new. Pretty sure this one came off of my 201 when I had it. My brand new one that I had that I ended up selling in the beginning of time when I first started up the shop. And I had a couple of brand new saws like the 500i, the 201, and then my 2511. The 201 and the 500i I got rid of just to, I know I tell this story quite often. You guys, some of you already know, but just to like reinvest back into the business and buy parts and stuff that I needed. So, I put the West Coast dogs on there. So let's see, 201 dog, and that one is just 1129A. Okay, that'll that'll go on the eBay list. And we got some hardware. Bar nut, and it looks like some dog hardware. So that'll go into the hardware box. Everything else I'll just put away. Kind of sucks that you can't order. I'm pretty sure you can't order single dogs. You have to buy them in a pair from like West Coast, because all I would have to do is just buy the outer dog for the 261. I have a couple of those in storage also. Okay, so those are in the eBay pile. What else? Just some random tools. A scrunch. So this is from the 2511 from when I bought it brand new. So this I'll put. This I'm going to put in the keep pile, and if somebody ever comes along and they need a scrunch or a tool, I'll just give that away. No one's really going to want to buy that anyways. Owner's manual, so for my tool 1 and 500i, along with the scrunch and tool that the 500i comes with. I'm going to keep those as well. Put that down here. Firstian says, I've been good, just trying to get shit done, mowing like crazy, got some of our crops in, and now trying to get my YouTube channel monetized, and just letting Instagram, just letting my Instagram sit for now. That's cool, man, that's good. It's good to stay busy, and then, you'll definitely get your channel monetized. Just gotta, not to make it about me, but our channel here would probably be monetized already. But then, of course, as you know, I've been kind of MIA, and I'm not that far from being able to apply for the partnership program. I think I need like 600 hours more, 600 more hours to go, or 600 more hours. That's kind of weird. I'm not really sure what I'm saying. I need 600 hours to be able to be eligible to apply for the partnership program. I think right now, so I'm sitting at like 2,397 or something like that, and you need at least 3,000, I think it is, right? But no, that's good, man. That's good that everything's been good and that you've been doing good. That's all that really matters, is that we're doing good. Farmer and Outdoor says, gotta go, but I will be back. Farmer, man, much love to you. Thank you for being here. And I'm sure, we'll probably be here for another bit, because there's quite a bit of stuff to go through. Well, there's not a lot. I mean, we'll be here for a while. Much love to you, man. I need 1 more million short views, and I'm at 250 watch hours. Okay. See, so yeah, you can do it through the views also, I'm closer to with the hours. I don't know. It's weird how they do it. Anyways, we'll get there, man. We'll get there. So I have a clutch bell here. So I mean, that's essentially what it is. It's a sprocket, but it's really the clutch bell. It's a rim sprocket type, and then here's the actual rim sprocket. So this is a 3/8. It looks like a 7-tooth, right? 3, 6. Wait, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 7-tooth. So this I could use for the saws that I'm working on. So this one looks kind of like for like maybe like a 461, 500i, or 661. So this I could actually hold on to. It's actually in really, clutch bell itself is in really good condition. It's really nice. A little dirty, but we can just clean that up. The sprocket, on the other hand, it has some wear, so it still has some life to it, but as you can see, it does have some wear marks. But at least just to mess around, so we'll keep it. Put it in the keep pile. So actually the first gen says I'm trying both. Yeah, man, whatever can get us there the quickest, you know? No right or wrong way. We got Abi Salafi. Says hi, 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 hi. Hello, 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 hello. Much love to you. This is new, sealed bag. This is the linkage to the handbrake. This is, I know for a fact, this is for a 500i because I just did it not too long ago. So I'm gonna just put this in the eBay pile for now. And part number is 1128S6. $500i. I'm gonna just say brake linkage. And we said 1128 S6. So we'll put that in the eBay. Or I could put it in the hardware bin box, but I'll put it in the eBay net for now. This I'm definitely gonna put in the hardware box. This is for like when you put the so this goes into the hand guard. So when you're putting your fan housing back on, your pull start, it goes into the handle. So like the top screw here, when you're putting on this, usually goes into the handbrake. So that'll keep for the hardware bin. This is also hardware type stuff. This is like electrical, brand new sealed bag. This is for a 200T for the coil. I don't have a part number on this, but I think I'm gonna just keep that in the hardware pile. These for sure I'm gonna keep. Everything here is I'm gonna keep. This is a oil seal for a 461. This is for the clutch side. I have a couple 461s sitting around, and then these are for these roller bearings. I'm pretty sure these are for a like 201. That's what the roller bearings look like. I think these could be for a 201 or 200T as well, but either way, I'm gonna keep those. And oil seal for a 461. This is for the flywheel side. These are brand new. So I have a set of oil seals for the 461. Keep those. Still do have some. I was wondering. So these are side plates. Various models. 044s, 440s, 660s, 661, 500i. Various models. These are the good ones too. These are the thick ones, not those flimsy side plates. Right. So it goes on to the where the bar studs are. That's where the bar studs come out. And this is your tensioner here, and your tensioner screw, and where your oiler is. And so these are the good ones. So these I'm going to put on the eBay list, but unless the saws that I start working on need it, then I'll put one on. But for now, I'm gonna just put them on the eBay list. So it's well, they call it a guide plate, I guess. So let's just do guide plate. If I could spell. And that part number is 112866410001. And these come in a 5-pack. So like when you order them from Steel or whatever. I mean, they're sold individually, but you get them in a 5-pack. So I ordered 5. I just ordered a full pack. So it's a 5. And then how many do I actually have in here? 3, 4, 5. I have a full pack. I think I had 3 packs or 2 packs. Down to 1. Hello, 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 hello. We got Snipe Dude 727 says, "Yo, cool hat, bro." My friend, thank you, appreciate you. This is mossy oak camo. It's like a collaboration. It's actually happens to be my favorite hat. I got a few, but this is my favorite out of all hats that I have. Appreciate the comment, dude. Appreciate the kind words. So we'll do ×5 guide plates, ×5. All right. This actually could come in handy, but I'm going to put it on the eBay list. It's a clutch cover for the 661. It's the one that I like. It has like a wider opening, so this comes with the full wrap handles. But we'll just go ahead and put that on the eBay list for now. I do have another 661 neglected in storage, and maybe I'll restore it and just because I don't need 2 661s. I already have Big Bertha, which is basically my brand new 661. I bought it used for $800. They originally wanted $975, and the reason I got it even cheaper, even though $975 in my opinion is a good price. Let's see. Our friend is asking what time. So first gen, yeah, it is 11:29. So yeah, 11:29 a.m. It ended up needing a top end, which I already restored the cylinder sleeve. I cleaned it up. It just needs a piston, and I ended up getting it for $600. Amtronic. It was in very good condition. It's in very good condition. I think unfortunately they only used it long enough to burn it up. So anyways, 661 clutch cover. That part number is 1122-648-0403. And we got 1, so ×1. Put that over there. fan housing assembly. So this is also for a 661. So all this needs is model badge, and then your rewind assembly. So the rope rotor, the pawls, the rewind spring. But this is good to have. But I'm gonna just put it on the eBay list because I don't know if I'll use it, but we'll see. But for now, it's gonna just get put on the eBay list. 661 fan housing. And let's see, part number on that is 1144-080-1801. We got one of those. Air filter cover for a 661. I had two of these. One I used on Big Bertha, because the one that I used for my 661 is the one that has the Magnum sticker. Believe it or not, they have two different part numbers for that. So they have one part number that has the Magnum sticker, and then this part number that just has the little warning and on both, yeah, on that side, but it doesn't have the Magnum sticker. I don't know why. But I'm gonna just put this on the eBay list as well. So 661 filter cover. And that part number is 1144-140-1001. And we got one of those. Yeah, man, it feels good to be doing live streams again, you know, and again, like I said before, I feel bad that I went a little MIA, and I know it's because of life and just, you know, working and stuff like that, but either way, man, I still feel bad about it. I feel like my flow is coming back slowly but surely, but we'll get there. Let's see. Safety glasses. These are UV protection also. These, I don't know, maybe I'll keep one pair for when I'm out there cutting or something, but for now, eBay list. Let's see. I'll just put safety glasses, I guess. And that is 0000-884-0307. And we'll just put the C on there because that's what it says. We got two of them. Let's see. This thing's all tore up. But this is a full wrap handle kit for a Husqvarna 572. So it comes with the full wrap, clutch cover, dogs, and everything else to run this setup. Which I don't know when I'll ever have a 572. So for now, we'll put it on the we'll put it on the eBay list. So we'll just say wrap handle, or we'll put 572 wrap handle kit, and that is part number 579 -50 -40 -01. Although Husqvarna doesn't put dashes in between all the numbers, but I'm just going to put a dash. Okay. So this is a kit for a weed eater or a line trimmer. It looks like a this is for like a homeowner consumer model. It comes with the loop handle, a harness, the hardware to mount the handle, and a little screwdriver. And we're gonna put that on the eBay list. We're gonna just do, what am I gonna write? I'm gonna just do, I'm gonna just say line trimmer kit. Part number is 4280071002. And we'll just put an A times 1 on the handle. You know, it's fun. It's kind of it's kind of cool to have a whole bunch of stuff, but then when you have to go through it, it's not that cool. I'll be honest with you. Carburetor. Brand new. This is a C1Q. I forget what this is for, but we got one of those, and let's just put, we're gonna put C1Q dash S126D carburetor, carb, and part number on that is 1129-120-0653. We have one. Okay. I think this might be for a, I think it might be for a MS250. Oh. Oh. It's for a 200T. Or a 200. Or 200T. Really? I didn't even know I had this. No shit. Okay. And it even has a little grommet. When the hell did I get this? First Generation says, love your content, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I gotta go, but if you're still alive later, I will come back and thanks again for the mod. Dude, hell yeah, man. Go get it out there, man. We'll be here. Much love to you, and I'm sure we'll be in touch. And thank you. Dude, that is freaking cool, man. I didn't even know I had this. I don't know when I got it or what. And this is just the thing about having stuff sometimes, like just buying stuff sometimes or acquiring stuff, just like, you know, that is freaking interesting. And this is definitely brand new, and I don't know when I even bought this. Okay, so that's pretty freaking. Because I do have a couple of carburetors, but I thought they were for like a. One of them I know is for a leaf blower. I think it's for a BR600. I'm not sure. This one apparently is for a 200T, and that is freaking interesting, man. Okay. I'm actually pretty excited about that because the 200T that I got through a trade, it doesn't have the right carburetor. It actually needs this one here, and that's fucking cool. Okay, I'm excited. Anyways, put that in the keep pile or sell. I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna just keep it for now. File handles. I do use hand files. That's what I prefer to use on, you know, when I sharpen chains. But I don't need 10. So this is a brand new pack. Part number is it's the FH3, so this is 881-4503, and this is the FS3 handles. We got 10. Okay, turn it over. Parts kit for another line trimmer. So these are always important to have. That's so you can put a brush cutting disc on it, or wheel disc, I guess you could call it, or a blade. This I could maybe just keep in the hardware. And it's an open package, so yeah, I'll just keep it in hardware. And got a couple little screw, like the screwdriver, a scrunch, a couple of the little rods to remove the head. So I'm gonna just keep that. A hand guard. Not sure what this is for, but it's here. Part number 1130-790-9101 times 1. Okay. air filter base. So these are for, this is for a 201T non-Mtronic version because it has the little cutouts for carb adjustments. So we're gonna just put air filter base. That will come in handy for something. But for now, just because I don't know exactly still for sure, you know, like this I could use. I have 201s that I'm gonna fix up in my personal like collection, but I don't know. It might not need it. You know, I'm not gonna use this if whatever base it has it is fine. So I mean, but just to have a list, an idea, I'm gonna just put it on the eBay list. 141-0900. And we have one. Fan housing with rewind starter. This is for a 193. And that's 1137-080-2110 times 1. All right. So this is ignition module, so a coil. Brand new. I don't know what this is for. Four one 400-400-1320 times 1. So I think this is the carburetor for the BR600 blower. That was for, this was, I got this for a repair that I was going to do, but then they decided that they didn't want to do it. But this is a good reason why I always have, when I have customer equipment, this is why I always, you know, if I need to buy parts, if we need to buy parts for it, I always ask for payment up front. And just in case, you know, they don't want to go through with the repair, at least, you know, I got paid for parts or whatever, or, you know, and it's just kind of like a little like insurance. So, and the thing is too, so like if a customer brings me a saw or a line trimmer or a leaf blower, if they buy the parts and I have the parts, but for some reason they're like, oh, I don't want to, you know, I can't pay for labor right now, or I can't pay whatever, because there's also labor, then of course they get their parts because they bought the parts. But, you know, but since this happened, I'm like, okay, if you want to move, if you want to go through with the repair, this is what it's going to be for parts. We need to pay for parts. And then, of course, once everything is installed and done, then you pay for labor and go from there. So this is exactly why, because this carburetor is not cheap. And this is money that, you know, I'm just kind of sitting on. So And this is a C1Q. C1Q. Four 282-120-0613, and this is the 4282 slash 13 times 1. Oh, we got model badges, or model plates, or model tags. I call them model badges. So 661. So this would be a good one to keep to go with the fan housing, because it doesn't come with one. Nope, doesn't come with it. So you could always just put it on. Boom. And 651. So I'll go ahead and keep those. I'll put it in the keep pile. Little purge cap. I don't ever use those. So there's 10 of them. So that I'll just put on the store list, on the sell list. So let's go purge cap 4149-121-2700. We got 10. All right. And I think what I'm going to do, instead of putting all the keep stuff back... What? I think what I'm going to do with all the keep stuff, the keep pile, instead of putting it back in the tote, in the bin, I'm going to put it in a bag and just kind of keep it out so I can put it away once I get over to the new place, and then put all the stuff back into the... don't mind me. This is kind of dirty, but either way, it's brand new. Clutch cover for the 193. So let's do T 1137 640 1711 times 1. Got some Husqvarna clutch covers. I believe these are for the ranchers. I don't remember the models off the top of my head. 537. So these are, so I have 2 of these. All right. So we got clutch cover. And that part number is 537 28 63 01. We have 2 of those. And then another clutch cover. Five 37 10 78 01 times 1. Quite the list here. And a lot of filler caps. So these are the ones with the black O-rings. And then I have the blue O-ring caps, which again, from what I understand and what I was told, is that the filler caps with the blue O-rings are the new and improved. I don't know. I don't know if that's true though. I don't know if that's true. So let's start off with the older filler caps, black O-ring. So I'm gonna just say black O-ring. Part number is 0000 350 0533, and we got, let's see, 2, so 6, 7, 8, 8 of those. These are this is a bag of 10, but I got 8 left. So those are gonna go on the sell list, and then we have the filler caps with the blue O-ring. And that is 0000 350 0563. And we have 2 bags of 5 plus a partial bag with 3. So 10 and 13. 13. So these come in a bag of 5. So I have 2 full bags, new bags, and then a partial. And then those can go back into their little So these filler caps are kind of nice to have on hand. for repairs, but I have so many of them that I don't ever really have to, I've never had to repair or replace filler caps. Not to say that filler caps don't get damaged or whatever, or they start leaking or whatever the case may be, but maybe I'll keep a few on hand and just see what I can get rid of. Or whatever this, or whatever saws I'm gonna keep out of the ones that I have in my storage. Then maybe I can just replace them with the new and improved filler caps. I don't know. Let's see. This is a filter cover. I think this is for an 026. Yeah, this is for an 026. 026, 026. Specifically, they call these carburetor box cover, which, I mean, same kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to say 026 filter cover. Part number is 1121-140-1904 times 1. It's actually kind of nice to write, though, brush up the writing skills a little bit. I've always had some pretty bad handwriting, so it's nice to brush up a little bit. But I'm going to put it all into my phone anyways in notes. Ah, this little thing, huh? This I'm going to put into the hardware box. This is the little grommet that sits on top of the cylinder where the shroud goes into. This is brand new. So I think it's for a 661. Brand new little grommet, so that's always kind of nice to have on hand. So, plus it's an open package, so when I sell stuff on the store, I try to keep things, in a closed package, or if I'm going to sell it in like singles, then that's fine. But something like this, you want to sell it in a sealed package. Either way, this is hardware. Hardware is always good to have around. And let's see what else we got. Harness clip, I think. Or a carrying ring. Harness ring. So this is for line trimmers. Never had to use one of these. So for now, the 3 that I have, which looks like they're all the same part number, we're gonna just go ahead and put it on the sell list. So I'm gonna call it a carrying ring because that's what it says here. Part number is 0000-790-8801, and I have 3. Boom. This might come in handy one day, but for now, it's going to go on the sell list. It's a quick connect for the pressure washers. So this is for the RB200, RB400, and RB600. So gas-powered steel pressure washers. So this is like the wand, or as they call spray lance. Maybe that's the more proper term. So we're gonna just go ahead and put that on the list. Unless I come across, unless I get a RB pressure washer, but I don't know. So $200, $400, $600. Part number on this 4915-500-0938, and we got one. One scabbard. This is for a 12 or 14-inch bar, which maybe I can use that for I'm sure I could use that for something, but we're going to put it on the sell list for now. And part number is 0000-792-9171 times 1. And that's pretty much it. Well, so I have some nozzles. I didn't know I had those. An RB800 nozzle set. So this is for the biggest, the big steel gas-powered pressure washer. So it has all these. And then I have a spray lance coupler, rated for 4,200 PSI. Okay. So let's do lance coupler. $4,900-500-6704. And then we have and 4792-007-1000 times 1. And then I have some different nozzles here, and I don't know. One 5037, 15027. So I'm not sure which model these are for, but they are steel nozzles. But I'm not sure what models, because these are specifically for the RB800. And I have these, which I didn't even know I had individuals like this. I didn't know I had this little pack here. I don't know what model this is for. Hey, we got M&G Hydraulic in the house. What up, man? Welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. Just going through a bunch of stuff here. I'm on the last portion of it here. Just going through basically new part inventory and just stuff that I had in a bin, which if you remember, I did a live stream on this a few months ago with a plan of putting stuff up on the eBay store, the stuff that I didn't want to keep or that I thought I could use for anything, and so but I never did. So I'm back doing it again. This time I'm writing everything down on a list, and I'm making separate piles. So one on the quote-unquote sell list, and then one on the keep / could use list, like hardware, little model badges, other parts like bearings and seals, and some other like used parts. Then this thing, okay, carburetor that I didn't even know I had, which I was about to not that long, well, a while back I was getting ready to order. I'm pretty sure this same carburetor come to find out it's for a 200T, and brand new with the little grommet and everything for the adjustments. So yeah, now we're doing it again. So, but I'm pretty much done almost, and we're just kind of hanging out, getting back into the swing of live streaming and getting back to it, man. Getting back to it. Just kind of like how you were saying, basically just getting back to the hustle, So these, I'm not sure. Let's see. But hope you've been well, man. Hope you've been doing good. And we're just here, man. Some exciting stuff to come, like I kind of told you the other day. Moving into a new place, which today is move-in day. So that's why I really want to just get this done and start clearing up some space, and gonna get back to working on saws here. Hopefully maybe tomorrow I'm gonna pick up some saws on the way to the new place. It's not anything for any saws for customers. This time it's all just my personal saws that I have in storage, and my little collection that I have going on, and just stuff that I've bought or obtained in the last year, between buying stuff, trade-offs, and just, a lot of cool stuff. So I have, not to brag or nothing, but it's like, I have a lot of saws that are in pieces, but I have, quite a few duplicates of some saws. And so basically my goal, my goal is to, say I have 4 201s, out of the, between, what am I trying to say? So let's say I have 4 201s or 3 201s. I want to make just one solid, strong 201 out of those, and then the rest maybe like part them out or fix them up just enough to where they run good, and then sell them, because that's another part of the my business that I've been wanting to get into, which is basically buying used saws, fix them up, and then sell them or start a like a equipment rental type of thing. But as I'm sure or everybody knows that it takes money to buy, saws and then to fix them up, and then you got to kind of figure out like a profit margin. And so, but yeah, so thankfully though, I think that's what I'm going to focus on, since I have quite a bit in storage. And yeah, some cool stuff happening here pretty soon. So, but now I'm trying to figure out what these nozzles are too, but I have the part numbers here. Either way, I'm gonna just keep these on the top of the bin, so that way I can look them up and see. But for now, I know that let's see. But how have you been, man? Hope you've been doing well. Doesn't tell you like what degree these are. You know what, I'm gonna just take one of each out, write its number down, and then I'm just gonna put on my list here steel nozzle. So I have this one here that's 15027. I have two of those. Of course, this one doesn't have a number on it. And I have 25027 times 2, and I'm gonna just say this one doesn't have a freaking number on it. I'm gonna say 2 black. All right. 246. MNG says, yeah, I've been staying busy. I'm going to repair two TS420s cutoff saws today, then 2 more this evening. Hell yeah, dude. Seems like you stay pretty busy with those cutoff saws. I have yet to work on a cutoff saw because I think more or less like one of the last times that we hung out on a live stream, you were saying you were gonna. Actually, I think that was still back when I was at my grandparents' house in the original shop. Everybody's like, oh, it's just a shed. Well, shed shop. You were working on a few of those, or maybe they're the same ones. I don't know, but either way, man, that sounds exciting. I wouldn't mind having to go at one of those saws. They seem like a good challenge. The last thing we have here in the tote is these aren't going anywhere. I think I'm going to keep these as like collector pieces. Steel repair tags. Maybe I can find a dealer that will order me some more, if I pay for them. I have one dealer here in town, and he a lot of people say he's a dick, and he does have like this certain style, and he has a really nice shop, but he's really expensive. He marks up his stuff quite a bit, and he just kind of has a bad reputation, from what I've heard. I don't know the guy. I mean, he's treated me good. I haven't had any problems with him, but one of the last times I was there, he's like, as long as you have a part number, he's like, I can order you whatever you want. So maybe I should test that and see if that's true. I also have another guy though, where I go get my parts currently, which I need to go pick up parts from him. It's some parts for my buddy Alonzo's 044. That, in all honesty, it's been here for fucking way too long, but just been kind of busy, and he's been very patient. And anyway, so maybe I can find somebody to order me some, because I won't be able to find them online, that's for sure. So anyways, so I have those, and then the scabbard for the case that I have, but that's not going to go anywhere. I'm not selling that. Currently I use it for, I'm using that case for my 028. And I have some batteries. I still have some batteries left. I have 2 AP500S batteries and 2 AP300s. Those I'm going to put on the sell list, because I don't need them, and that's just money sitting there. And the only reason I have those is I got a really killer deal through a special event that, you know, the shop that I got them at was having, and well, the shop that I worked at, and it was like no sales tax plus, you know, whatever, and my little discount. So I got them, even though it was just a waste because they've been sitting here. But I did grab get a couple of good pull saws through trade with those. But I had quite a few. So let's go steel. Okay, and that concludes this. Now time to put everything away. M&G says, yes, TS420, Honda generators, and Power Team hydraulic pumps is really all I fix myself for content videos. I usually also post some short barbecue videos. Yeah, I was looking at that. I was just watching your, not your barbecue video, but the one that you were fixing the trigger on the 2620, the Echo. Good video, by the way. I liked it. Okay. So let me start putting this crap away. These I'm gonna put on the top of the bin. Man, that took a little longer than I anticipated, but I guess that's just what happens when you have a lot of shiza. This all I'm gonna just put back here. And then I'll put all these notes into my phone. And then I'm pretty sure I have pictures of a lot of this stuff, so that way I can go through my pictures and then just be able to start posting stuff. This air filter base, I'm actually gonna, I put it on the sell list, but I'm gonna put it over on the keep, in the keep pile, just because I do have some 201s. And I thought I had a couple more 660 bark boxes, but I guess not. Or maybe they're in a different. I do have more stuff. I wonder what happened. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's in the other little. It's my Treetopia bag. So yeah, I do have some more inventory. It's a lot more. It's more like West Coast stuff and a few more things. But that's all in storage. So maybe that'll be for hopefully tomorrow's live stream. I was like, wait a second. So I guess I still do know what I have to an extent. And okay, so this linkage is going to go into the hardware bin or container or box once I get that set up. This This I'm gonna put in the bin for now. This is all gonna stay up top. This I need to really figure out what to do with, because it's gonna be a while before I ever have a 572 in my collection, and it just sucks because the bag ripped. But I can always just tape it. It's all new. It just the handle tore through it. But like I said earlier, this is a full wrap handle kit for a 572. Comes with the handle, clutch, dogs, some hardware. It's a pretty cool kit. Okay. All right, and then the rest of that stuff will go into, I'm gonna put it into a little bag and then start setting up my, these owner's manuals I'll just put in here. Those are from, again, my 201 and 500i that I had. Okay. Let's see, and this is the tote that I'm talking about. All right, well, that was fun. Let me see. Let me grab a bag. All right, so this is the bag I'm gonna use to put in all the stuff that I'm gonna keep. So it's a little bit easier to access instead of having to open up that bin and dig stuff out. So like 661 and 651 model badges, the flywheel oil seal for a 461, 201T air filter base, bearings for a 200, the linkage for the brake for a 500i, the little bushing and screw for a 661 cylinder where the shroud goes on top, the clutch side oil seal for a 461, some coil hardware and connectors for 200T, this little doodad in here. So this is the screw and the little, I don't know what you would call that piece there, but that goes into the hand guard when you put on or take off your fan housing. Some hardware, so bar nut, dog hardware, a couple of fuel filters, some cylinder hardware, and the piston connecting rod. I don't know what you want to call that. And the little wrist pin. Pretty sure this is for, well, I'm not sure what saw this is for, but either way, this is good hardware to have. Some random, well, it's not really random, but, well, I guess it kind of is, line trimmer hardware and a little cup and everything else to put on the brush cutting disc, and some tools if anybody ever needs a rim sprocket. Well, the clutch drum and the rim sprocket 200T carburetor that I did not know I had. 2511T tools that I got with my 2511. Some good condition used filler caps. I am still going to test them though to make sure that they don't leak. But if they're good, then maybe I'll keep them for a repair or a build, or I don't know, or get rid of them for a few cents or something. 2511T carburetor that's missing metering diaphragm and the high jet, but it's brand new. I think this is the one that I used for testing. I'm not even sure what the hell I did, but it's brand new. Doesn't even smell like fuel. I mean, as you can see, it's literally brand new. But somehow it's missing the high jet and the limiter cap. So I think I did run this possibly for like for a little bit, but I'm not sure. I don't know. So it just needs a few little parts, but it's perfect, like new. And 16-inch roll-o-matic bar. That's gonna go on the 200T or 201, but most likely on the 200, and a modified 12-inch bar for echo that I'm gonna run on my 2511. All right. Well, everybody, that's basically it. Hopefully I'll have a little bit, or I'll have something a little more exciting tomorrow. You guys will get to see the new place, the new somewhat playground. You guys will get to see that huge tree that I'm going to be working on eventually here soon, once I have some saws up and running for that. And basically show you guys the new shop, because the lady that I'm going to be renting from, when I went to go pay for the first month's rent and to get the keys, you know, I told her, I said, hey, you know, because she's like, do you have any questions for me, or do you have any, you know, I said, well, I know when I first came by to look at the house, you know, I mentioned that I do small engine work and work on chainsaws and other various types of equipment, I said, but, you know, I just want to know how you'd feel about me actually, you know, doing that here. So, and I know some of you might be like, well, aren't you paying to live there? And yes, I am. But the thing is, I'm not going to be living there by myself. So I'm going to have a couple of roommates, which one is the lady, and then another guy that lives there, who I haven't met, because he works 6 days a week and he's always out. You know, I think he starts work at like, I don't know what she said, like 5:30 or 6, and then he doesn't get back home until like 6 or 7. So he's gone a lot. And then she works also. So and yeah, even though I'm paying to live there and I'm paying rent, but you know, just want to make sure everything is good. So I said, so I just want to know how you would feel about me working on saws here and potentially other equipment. And without any hesitation, she's like, oh yeah, she's like, that's totally fine. She's like, because the woman has a really cool garage built out of redwood. It's older, it's empty, no one uses that space, just because she just moved there about 2 years ago, and so she doesn't do anything with it, and it has a really cool like workbench already in there, and she's like, oh yeah, she's like, totally, you know, I think that's great. She's like, I'd really like someone to use that space rather than it just you know, not be occupied or used. And you know, she lives on a half-acre lot, which is really cool, and there's a lot of stuff to do there. So yeah, so we have a so I now have a place to work on saws again. Of course, I was working on saws here. This is my girlfriend and her sister's house, but you know, I was only just going to be here temporarily, and so thankfully now, you know, after some patience and just working towards it, you know, now I have a place to, you know, to stay permanently for, you know, for just a little bit until my girlfriend and I get to that point where, you know, we get our own place. And you know, but that's going to be a couple years at least. And then but a place that I can really work on saws and have a workbench, and you know, not just be doing stuff in the backyard and have stuff all over the place. And even though, you know, I think I'm pretty clean and organized and whatnot, but still, you know, so now I'll have that spot. That's going to be the new shop, and it's good. I can run the chainsaws there. We'll have wood to cut eventually, like to do testing, and you know, which once we get to that point, I'm gonna talk to her about it a little bit more. Like, hey, you know, obviously I'm gonna run chainsaws to take down your tree and to work on it and buck it up. But you know, how would you feel if I got a log stand and then just do some, you know, some test cuts, like actual test cuts and running videos and see what she says. Although I think it'll be fine because it's a half-acre lot and it's a neighborhood. It's not HOA. It's not all, you know. So I think it's gonna be fun. But without further ado, that's it for now. Tomorrow, you know, today is move-in day, so I'm gonna start taking my stuff over a little later, probably around like 4 o'clock. Set up my bed and my room. Stop by the storage unit, pick up a couple of things, and then yeah. So tomorrow, if all goes well, then you know, the next time, I know I said this last time, but really the next time we see each other, which will hopefully be tomorrow, also 4th of July, we will be tuning in from the new place. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm kind of nervous, in all honesty. It's you know, it's a change. It's a change. It's just change. Change is good. You know, it's all about, just like anything, kind of like how you might hear me say or have heard me say in the past or in other live streams. You know, it's all about what we make of it. And if we see it as a bad change, then it's probably going to be a negative change. If we see it as a good change, positive, then it's all going to be good. And either way, it is a really good change. And you know, it's going to be good. So anyways, guys, for everybody that's been here watching this whole time, we've been here for 138 minutes. You know, I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm really happy to say that we have a couple of moderators now here on our channel, which is First Generation Farmer. He's been around for quite some time. And then Farmer and Outdoor. They are our new moderators. We had one in the beginning of this journey, but I think life just got busy and excuse me. Hopefully they've been well and healthy and everything's good. But now we have a couple of moderators, really badass moderators. You know, I've known them for, you know, quite some time just from YouTube, especially First Gen. You know, he's been around for quite some time. Go check him out on his channel. Really badass dude. And so even though I have been a little quiet here on our channel, First Gen and his boy Farmer and Outdoor, they've been we keep in contact through Instagram because we all do the Instagram thing. So if you guys do the Instagram thing and want to just kind of keep up a little bit more and more like my personal life, because I post a lot of stuff there, work related stuff like my, you know, my hardware store job, and just more like personal stuff like outings, you know, like dinner outings or just things. You know, you can check me out on Instagram if you guys like. I know some don't like Instagram, and that's totally cool. Also TikTok now. You know, I've had TikTok now for what, going on 3 months, I think, and that's been interesting. Um, TikTok is a whole different world, man. And if you guys don't have TikTok or don't like TikTok, obviously that's totally fair too. But you guys haven't missed much. I just post everything that I've already posted here, but obviously on on TikTok it's all new stuff, and every now and then I'll try to do a live stream real quick, but it's just it's just interesting. I don't TikTok is just interesting. They're a lot more strict for their live streams. You can't say certain things, and it's just like a whole thing. But anyways, guys, I think my girlfriend's sister's here, so we're gonna go ahead and get going. But much love to everybody. The new place isn't too far, but we're gonna get going, and we'll be in touch soon because we got people here now. So later's.